My friends, the prophet Ezekiel lived in the 7th century BC during the Babylonian captivity. The temple in Jerusalem had been destroyed and the people had been carried away as prisoners in exile. From Babylon, Ezekiel writes today's vision, in which he sees the new temple in Jerusalem. From its right side, living water flows. The water starts as a trickle, then a stream, and finally a mighty river flows eastward to the Arabah, the Dead Sea, some 15 miles away. Jerusalem is built on a hilltop. The Red Sea is some 3,000 feet lower, so you can just imagine the waters as they cascade down. Early Christian writers saw in this vision a prediction of Jesus and the gift of life that he brings. Jesus is the new temple. From his wounded right side, blood and water flow as he hung upon the cross. They are signs of the salvation that is offered us in baptism and Eucharist. And the crippled man in the gospel receives healing and forgiveness of sin from Jesus at the pool of Bethesda. Again, this story was seen as foretelling the grace that we all receive in baptism. Indeed, as one commentator noted, the Bible has some 1,500 verses bathed in water. At the very dawn of creation, the Spirit of God breathed over the waters, making them the source of all goodness. The waters of Noah's great flood brought an end to sin and a new beginning for all creation. Through the waters of the Red Sea, the Lord led Israel out of slavery in Egypt, and their desert thirst is quenched with water from the rock. Through the Jordan River, the Lord brought his chosen ones into the promised land. And the Hebrew prophets, well, they announced a new future, a future where cleansing would create a new heart and bestow a new spirit. The Christian scriptures open with the striking figure of John the Baptist. He preaches a baptism for the forgiveness of sins and invites all to undergo this rite in the River Jordan. In the fullness of time, Jesus would go down there and be baptized by John in solidarity with sinful men and women. The desires and longings of the human heart are expressed as a thirst that yearns to be quenched. A dejected spirit is compared to a parched land that longs to be caressed by a gentle mist and soaked by a penetrating shower. Peace is like a river, contentment a stream, tranquility a pond. Disagreements cause waves, difficulties whip up a storm, crises stir troubled waters. Wisdom is like a wellspring, longing a thirst, deprivation a drought. Catastrophe whisks a cataclysm, disaster unleashes a deluge, tragedy unfurls a tsunami. Beauty is like a fountain, majesty a waterfall, mystery a deep pool. During the Easter Vigil, we bless and we give thanks for the gift of water. As the Christian community renews its baptismal promises, may it be resolved to ensure uninhibited access to clean water for all women and men, that all may sip and be refreshed, dip and be renewed, and know the goodness of God who creates, redeems, and transforms with this great gift. Water is our past. Water is our present. Water is our future.